Okay, we're at the Canadian International Auto Show. We're looking at the Project Arrow. And we have here the man who is responsible for putting this together, Flavio. So tell us who you are and about Project Arrow.
Sure. Flavio Volpe. I run the Automotive Parts Manufacturers Association. Those are the companies that make the original parts for automotive assembly. All these cars you see here at the auto show are put together like a jigsaw puzzle, like their assembly plants. About 75% of that jigsaw puzzle comes from the parts companies. You see a lot of their names on the boards here, and in Canada we have hundreds of them with about 1,500 factories and 100,000 people that work there. So what we said was, we don't have a Canadian car company, although we have some great car companies that make good cars in Canada. How are we going to tell the story in a new age, an electrified age, a connected autonomous age, advanced materials age, what Canada's place is in the world of automotive? We make about 2% of the world's cars in Canada, so it makes us number 10 in the world. But when you say name a Canadian car company, everybody kind of struggles and they might say Bricklin or McLaughlin. Well, McLaughlin's 100 years old, and it's a great part of the GM heritage. And Bricklin was a great entrepreneur who decided to land on the best offer in the Maritimes, and it didn't work out. So we said 70 years ago when we were founded, we were the Aircraft and Automotive Parts Manufacturers Association. And in the 50s, a whole bunch of our members were on that other great Canadian technological innovation, that infamous one, the arrow. And so we said, look, let's take the spirit of that, never mind how it ended, the spirit of what can Canadians do with a clean sheet and put it on the ground rather than in the air? Project Arrow. So the arrow was built in the GTA, top secret interceptor jet project by the Royal Canadian Air Force. Built 6 jets before it was cancelled by the Diefenbaker government and chopped down. Now, a lot of the companies that we represented were on that, but also really smart people who were on that project got in contact with us when we launched it. And what we said was, taking that spirit of Canadian innovation and putting it on a rolling platform, we also want to pay tribute to that incredible generation that when they were let go at Avro, went and joined NASA and put astronauts in space, and went and joined British Aerospace and built that other Delta Wing superplane, the Concorde. So the first thing was the 6 arrows were RL 201 to 206, and we said this is a continuation of the spirit. This vehicle is a 82.5 kilowatt dual motor zero emission vehicle featuring lightweight technologies and advanced autonomous drive technologies. It is, and you'll see from the proportions of it, a small motor in the front compared to internal combustion, and one in the back allows for a bigger greenhouse. These are Dana TM4 motors from Quebec, riding on Fasco wheels out of Montreal. We challenged Fasco and said, you've got a great history and great market products for some of the funnest cars we've seen on the road. Give us your EV wheel. Everything on this car is about our attempt to also get to 500 kilometers of range. So you'll see some of that theme there. As we go around the car, we've got a solar PV roof from a company called Cap Solar to help carry some of the load of the accessories in the vehicle and help extend that range. And an aerodynamic design that was won by a group of students from Carleton University School of Design that we wanted to maximize aerodynamic efficiency. This vehicle is built around a structure that was engineered with ArcelorMittal Dofasco out of Hamilton, who is making massive investments in the greening of their steel products. And so as we talk about the footprint of a vehicle and its CO2 impact, we're also talking about the enterprise impact. Very important where you get your raw materials. What are those companies' commitments to carbon reduction? This is a technology demonstration project. And it was important for us to turn around and do a suicide door configuration so you can see some of the technologies that we're featuring in here. But also the suicide doors, which are electronically actuated and remotely open, also are a great example of designing for accessibility. in an electric vehicle designed for electric, you're able to build a much bigger greenhouse, shorter overhangs on either side because electric motors are small as opposed to long internal combustion engine vehicles. We have seats made by Woodbridge with intelligent textiles both within the seats and on the steering wheel from a company named Myant that can track your vitals. Acute health emergencies connected to the cloud and to the AI system powered by Geotab in this vehicle, that if you have an acute emergency, this vehicle can take over the drive and bring you to the hospital. Certainly, applications of that technology also include communicating with the hospital in advance and having that triage available as you arrive. The seats are made of materials that are a negative carbon process. The process in making those seats pulls carbon from the ecosystem and goes into the seats. We have magnesium, major magnesium structures in the V-pillar. You can see them, and also on the console from a company called Meridian Technologies out of London. A nod to Canadiana. Of course, we've got a maple floor with a center cord stripe there. The designers in this car and the teams that worked on this car are big Raptors fans. And so when we started this project, the Raptors were reigning champions, and we said, if you're going to sit in this car, you're going to have center cord seats. And so you'll see it right up the middle. This car has 7 layers of cybersecurity. Data is a very important part of the automobile of the future. All those sensors and cameras are going to collect terabytes of data. That's monetizable, actionable data that you've got to protect. You've got to protect the security of the vehicle, the operation of the vehicle, who you've pre-sold that data to. And just like you buy your phones now from a TELUS, you can buy your car from a TELUS because you've pre-sold that data over the years. It'll affect both the customer relationship, but also how much you pay for that car. This car has a lithium-ion battery from a company called Volta Explorer out of Quebec with graphene-enhanced anodes and cathodes that we think make a very material impact on the range of the vehicle, especially in cold weather operation. Working together with the people from Cap Solar. This is a level 3 autonomous vehicle, and the advanced software comes from a company called LeddarTech out of Quebec City, and in addition also their LiDAR hardware.
How many LiDARs does it have? How many LiDARs?
On front and back, and that in different configurations we have them on all 4 corners.
Right. And you guys are using cameras predominantly for the autonomous?
Yeah, that's right.
Driving?
Yeah, that's right. You'll hear the incredible sound that's coming from here, and it isn't just a cockpit sound system. These are transducers. This is a speakerless system where you're using the transducer and the material that it's implanted in to generate the sound, but also to take some of that weight out of the car. I think this vehicle tells the story of the fact that we've got the technology in Canada, we've got the people in Canada, we've got the collaborative spirit. Two automotive startups here. Will you be able to buy one of these? Well, I'll sell you this one for $20 million. But more importantly, this is a kit. You want to do a startup in Canada and you figured out where to get your risk capital? The 58 companies that are on that wall and the 230 companies that qualified for this with commercially ready technology, scalable for the 2025 model year, could help you launch your own car company, on-road, off-road, major systems or otherwise.
That's fantastic. And what's the future of the Project Arrow? What's next?
This vehicle, this specific prototype, working prototype, not a concept car, is going on a world tour for technology demonstration, major technology shows, business to business, and individual tech demo days to 14 car makers around the world to say, if your future is autonomous, lightweight, connected, electric, these are the basket of companies that help you get there. And this is the only consumer show that we're going to, in part because this is our home show. We want to show our friends and family, but also raise awareness for the industry that doesn't have that nameplate, the automaker's nameplate on it, but form 75% of every car that you see on the floor here.
And for people to follow the journey